Assalamu alaikum dear students. This is Ms. Aisha Baloch with your second lecture of English literature. Dear students, as we know that after the death of our beloved Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Islam spread across the world, and to talk about the subcontinent due to the efforts of some saintly men. We also call them Awliya Karam in our Urdu language. Now, in present times, we may find their holy shrines all across our country. Some of the prominent ones are the shrines of Hazrat Data Ganj Baksh and Mian Mir Sahib in Lahore, the shrine of Baba Farid in Pakpatan, the shrine of Hazrat Ghaus Bahaul Haq in Multan, and the shrine of Qalandar Lal Shahbaz and the shrine of Hazrat Shah Latif Bhitai in Sindh. So, among the names of the great saints of the subcontinent is the noteworthy name of Shah Abdul Latif, who was a philosopher, mystic, saint, and a poet, born in 1102 Hijrah, that is to say 18th November 1689, during the times of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, in a small village of Sindh called Hala Haveli. His father's name was Sayyid Habib Shah, and his ancestors had actually migrated from Herat, now a city in Afghanistan, to Sindh, which was then known as the Gateway of Islam. Let's now talk about his early life. He began composing poetry at a young age. Then he became a scholar of Arabic and Persian. Later he married a noble lady of an upright character. But he became quite restless, living a normal life. As he had a sensitive mind and his heart was filled with the love of God, he loved spending time in meditation. That is to say, he spent more of his time alone in prayers and on reflecting on the beauty of nature. Bhitai, or the Saint of Bhit. After the death of his father, he decided to leave his home and spend more of his time in meditation on a mound of sand, which is called Bhit in Sindhi language. There, nearby the mound, is a natural lake. It is also called as Karar Lake. It became a source of inspiration to his poetic nature. There on the mount, he began to give religious guidance to the people, or you may call them his followers. And due to his spiritual devotion, his devotees began to call him Lal Latif and Bhitai. Let's discuss some of the key features of Shah Latif's poetry. First and foremost, he chose Sindhi as a medium of language rather than Persian, which was then prevalent all around him. His poetry had a very distinguished style, which includes Bait, an old yet unique style of Sindhi poetry, and Vai, which actually means cry of pain, depicting tragic incidents in his poetry. His poetry has also been translated into many languages and is read around the world with love. The quality of his poetry is its moving rhythm and simple language, although some of the Sindhi words used in his poetry are now archaic. That is to say, they are no longer used in Sindhi language. The theme of his poetry is tragedy, actually a reflection of Sufism. It shows divine love, that is to say, the love for one's creator. As they say, blessing in disguise of adversity, meaning to find God even though facing some tragic situations in life. After his death, his devotees compiled his poetry into a collection called Shah Risalu, which is the most celebrated work of Sindhi literature. Shah Latif had a natural skill in music. He even contributed for the simplification of the music of his time. His style is so convincing that it urges people towards the religion, because it's an expression of divine love. He even invented a musical instrument called tamburo or damburo in a natural Sindhi dialect. The great Sufi poet and musician left for his heavenly abode on 14th Safar 1165 Hijrah, or we can say 1st January 1752. He was buried on the very same mount where he spent most of his life, that is to say, Bid Shah in Matyari. After his death, a shrine was constructed over his grave by a famous ruler of Sindh, Ghulam Shah Kalhuro, who was also one of his devotees, so that people may always remember the great saint. His Urs, which is held on 14th Safar, is annually celebrated as a grand festival in Sindh. Apart from food fairs and open air markets, a literary gathering is also held there, where papers and magazines on life and work of Shah Latif are read by scholars. His devotees and singers gather around and sing verses from Shah Risalu. His shrine has also been reconstructed and connected to the main road. A library, a rest house, and a museum have also been built there. And recently, a statue of Shah Latif has been erected near his shrine. The significance of his shrine is the white dome, a symbol of purity which can be seen from many kilometers. Shah Latif's message is the message of universal love, peace, and tolerance. He believed in living with equality and brotherhood, as according to him, it makes a man a human being. Shah Latif's philosophy of love, peace, and tolerance has no boundaries, as it teaches us the utmost goal of life, that is, in seeking God's pleasure by doing good deeds. Let's have a review of today's lecture. So, in this video, we have learned about Shah Latif's early life, some special features of his poetry, an aspect of his contribution to music. We have also studied about his shrine and his Urs celebration, and also the message of Shah Latif. And now it's time for an assignment. You have to explain the given lines that you can see on your screen here by answering the given questions in 2 to 3 sentences each. I'm sure it would be a very easy task if you have watched the video attentively. And yes, you can also refer to your textbook for help. It is rightly said that today's world needs to be revisited with the eyes of such saintly men, so that solutions for many of our spiritual and moral problems could be found. So this is it, dear students, for this topic. I hope you have understood everything really well. Have a great day.